What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. Book is entitled Lessons from a Non-Custodial Father at Amazon, Kindle, and Create Space. Link will be in the description box below as usual. Go get it. PayPal link there also. They asked me to put it up, so I put it up. Thanks everybody for supporting. This video is entitled, Are You Plan A or Plan B Man? And a lot of times there's a little animosity with this because sometimes you're the guy that the woman picked first, and sometimes you're the guy that the woman picked second, right? But there's pros and cons to both. Okay? Like, when you're accustomed to getting chose, to a woman choosing you first and giving you choosing signals and being receptive to what you want, you know, you get a level of confidence from that, and you're able to approach and get other women. And sometimes you don't have to work as hard to approach women in general because, you know, you hit the lottery as far as genetics, right? So they want you. So it kind of reverses the game. She wants you. She looks at you as attractive. So you don't have to do as much. You don't have to work as hard. So you don't really see the issue that some guys who normally got chose second, you don't see yourself as them, and you don't understand their plight. But also, you might mess around and get lazy. You know, you're so accustomed to women choosing you that you really don't brush up on the range of your man skills. You know, you might not be as good as far as in relationships because you don't have to be, because you got other women who chose you, so you can always hop around. And some guys like, what's the big deal with that? Well, the big deal with that is this. Stop acting like these guys don't fall off. You know, pretty boys turn into gigolos. And if you notice, gigolos don't wind up, and old pretty boys don't wind up getting all the fine ones anymore. They wind up getting the cougars and the saber-toothed tigers and the women who, will pay their bills because, like I said before, they didn't brush up on their other man's skills, so they're kind of behind in certain things. You know, they're not as well-rounded as y'all would think. The other thing, like, I'm going to go to the Plan B guy real quick. Some of you guys who get chose second, you are upset because you feel like you're a better man than the guy who got picked first. And maybe in overall, you are a better man. But as far as turning a woman on, you're a second option. And she's not looking for your inner quality. She don't even know your character. She just like you. You know, she saw somebody fine and she chose the finest one and you wasn't the finest one. She didn't look deep into the person. And then you get upset because now you got to work harder. And some people don't want to work harder, so what do? You just give up. You know, you take your little confidence and insecurity and you go home. You know, you don't want to talk to nobody. You're semi-incel, some people think you're a woman hater or whatever. A MGTOW monk to a degree, right? Because you got chosen second. When you didn't look, and you might get lazy because what? They got to accept you the way you are. Just like you say, these women say, you're going to take me as I am, even if she's not all that. So sometimes you guys don't improve on yourselves. Or, we don't improve on ourselves. How about that? Let's just be inclusive, right? So, and then on the flip side, you got the guys who actually do improve themselves in a myriad of ways. You know, they step up their game as far as their image, as far as their work ethic, as far as their drive, as far as their physical fitness. They start aging gracefully, getting more well-rounded, getting more cultured, becoming a mysterious man. You know, what was the dude on the Dos Equis commercial? The most interesting man in the world. And becoming interesting is, sexy, right? So now you start winning all across the board, and all the guy thinks he has over you is being better looking, right? But some people can't take that. Go back a little bit, and sometimes the guy who's chosen first may have more experience with women than you, may have a leg up on you as far as even sexual experience, because women are freer with him. Some of y'all think these women, they have better sex with these guys. Well, yeah and no. Mentally, they're more turned on by these guys, so they're into the sex quicker. But they can get turned off just like anybody else. There's a lot of guys that was a woman's first choice, but when they got in bed, it wasn't what's up. And sometimes y'all don't realize some of these guys, they can't keep these women because they can't satisfy them in private. They satisfy the image in public, but they don't satisfy the image in private. And some of you plan B guys who got to work harder, y'all don't realize y'all work harder than these guys in private too. So y'all better in bed than some of these guys because you're coming from a disadvantage because she's not as into you. You gotta work her to be into you when you're together, right? You gotta have that ugly man sex. I got to put it down so she remember me. Which nothing is wrong with that. And then sometimes, you got to plan the guy that gets picked first, and y'all wonder why is she with him? Well, because that's her first choice. That's what turns her on. And he knows if he keeps beating it up, she's gonna always be enamored by him, no matter what he does, because in her mind he fits an image, so he can capitalize on that. And one of the cons of being a plan B guy is you want to be a captain. You want to save her. You want to save her because you feel like you're a better man. That's not your point. That's not your place. It's not. She's a grown woman. She's where she wants to be. She's who she wants to be with. That was her decision. You don't get to change her mind. If she would have picked you first, she'd have been acting the same way about you. No dirty macking. Don't care about the sob stories. Cause, guess what? Even after this story is over, she going back to him. That's what it is. But some guys just have a hard time with that. One of the other things that is in the equation that people forget about is, just because somebody got picked first doesn't mean they're the best in the long term, and just because somebody who got picked first, a person who's accustomed to getting picked first may look at all of his competition as beneath him because that's how he got picked first. And a person who gets picked second is going to be looking at the guy who got picked first like he's better than him. So both people think they're better than the other person. And here's the issue. Y'all letting the lady choose which one of y'all is better by who she has sex with. But just like the plan A guy has options, you as a plan B guy, you need to have options too. I don't care if you're a bunch of plan B options or you're plan A options over here and some plan A's and some plan B's. But you need to have options just like the guy that's picked first. Because you wouldn't be as upset if you had more options. So this is the issue. Like, are you plan A or plan B? And sometimes you guys want to feel like the guy that got picked first. And sometimes sometimes some people enjoy being the number 2 pick who winds up actually being a star. Like, told you messed up. And because you might, a woman have to work harder to get, look, you ain't really want me like that, so I don't know, what I'm saying, what are you doing? Because you flip it and make her work harder for you. But my 10 minutes is up. So I'm done. Like, share, subscribe. Catch y'all on the next one. Peace.